Friends, welcome to part 2 of ongoing part 3 series on bank fraud. This is very important as per RBI data, RBI report. So we are going to discuss in the last lecture. We have discussed the overview about how the bank frauds are there. It has increased. It has shown a 159% rise, and in cases of in volume terms, it has shown 28% rise. So we are to the next segment. Important is, here, look at the fact sheet here. The fraud cases, number of frauds, public sector banks is staggering 3,568. If you look at the total, 6,799 cases of frauds in 1 year, and it increased to 8,707, and in 3 months it is 1,558 cases. The amount involved is 28,843. We have talked about it, how the foreign banks, financial institutions, small banks, public payments banks, local area bank, how they have been small in component, but public sector bank and private sector bank, it's public sector is 80% around, private sector of this data, and private sector is 18%. So it's huge why these two sectors are so much important and why the banking is important. We have discussed in the last lecture. Let's move ahead. So now the first, if anybody will see the fact sheet, the data, the first impression will be amount is huge and it's baffling, it's staggering, it needs some thought, it needs something to be done about it because it's public money. So if banks collapse, economy will definitely have a go into a massive recession. So how the banks are so important for Indian economy. Moreover, the RBI clarifies the occurrence of the fraud is spread over several years. Now they have used the word several years, so I put the several years, but several years in academic sense or in literary sense means over 100 years. So but it can be attributed that RBI is referring to decades here, or maybe over to a period of time around around a decade or something like that. So but they have put several years, so I have put it several years here. So the nature of frauds, value and volume. So basically predominantly it is in loan portfolio, and that too in advanced categories. So frauds are reported here in advanced categories. So involved in frauds, 98% of the total are in this advanced category, and those in other areas such as like balance sheet or forex transactions, it amounts to around 2% only. So let's move to the next slide. Now, analysis on the basis of data from RBI, which we have seen in the RBI annual report. Concentration is seen in large value frauds. So basically the amount of frauds and the large value frauds is huge. So with top 50 credit related frauds, if you look at just a figure, with 50 credit related frauds amounts to 76%. So you can imagine how the big nature of fraud. Look at the amount, 1,85,000 crores. These numbers, no more surprises, but if these are the frauds, if this is the amount, and in 3 months is 28,000 something, so you can easily understand the nature of it, the large value frauds. So it amounts to 76% of total amount in financial year 20, and during 3 months, April, May and June, 1,558 cases of frauds came into light, and 28,843 crores is the amount involved. Can you imagine the amount of things into this sector and the fraud sector, and RBI must be doing something. So we are going to the next part. We are going to see the analysis. We are going to see what can be done, what are the suggestions. It could be the concluding part. Thank you so much for listening. Have a nice day.